Hey, great to see you. After weeks of using the Skywave X40 every night, movies, shows, games, and music, I can tell you something you feel before you ever notice the specs. When your audio finally matches the moment instead of just filling space, everything you watch starts to matter more. Before anything else, take a minute and check the current price and stock on the Skywave X40. Systems like this don't linger at good prices forever, and if it's at a number that makes sense today, that's the info that truly matters. You know that feeling, you sit down to watch something good and the TV's built-in speakers leave dialogue buried, effects sounding flat, bass feeling like a whisper instead of impact. You don't always say it aloud, you just feel that something's missing every single time you press play. That's the quiet frustration that tells you you've outgrown settling for mediocre sound. Then you set this system up, and everything changes. Once you feel this level of performance, spatial cues that wrap around instead of just blasting forward, a wireless subwoofer that actually moves the room, and clarity that lets dialogue stay anchored, every weaker option suddenly feels like a step backward. It's not about louder sound. It's about presence that lands. Imagine movie night where explosions have real weight, where music doesn't just play, it breathes, where footsteps and ambience don't just come from the front, they wrap you. Games become more immersive because every directional cue lingers where it should. Even everyday streaming suddenly feels richer because the audio finally matches the picture instead of trailing behind it. And here's something most people don't expect: once you've lived with fuller, more intentional sound like this, anything weaker feels empty. You don't just compare specs, you feel the difference. Every time you think about settling for a lesser system, your mind keeps drifting back to what deeper, more responsive audio already felt like here. That's loss aversion. Once you know what better sounds like, you don't want to give it up. Let's be honest, it's not the smallest audio stick you've ever seen. This is built to perform, not hide. And it's designed for people who actually notice when sound doesn't measure up. You feel deeper, richer sound instead of flat noise. You feel bass that actually moves the room. You feel immersive layers instead of shallow effects. You feel clarity that finally matches the picture. You feel satisfaction every time you press play. It takes up more space than basic TV speakers. It's performance focused, not minimal. At some point, you stop circling every lesser alternative and just pick the system that already feels right in your gut. Don't let this become one of those upgrades you delay and regret later. Check the current price and stock now, and if it lines up with what you want, go with the sound system that finally makes your entertainment feel alive.